Well, hello there YouTube. Here's a video that I know some of you have been waiting for, maybe not all of you. But yes, this is my new car, and it is here to stay for a long time. This is the replacement for my Escort, my little run-around town car. And for those of you that don't know, it's a 92 Honda Accord LX. And this particular one is a 5-speed. Now, some of you might see on the outside here that it is the celestial blue pearl color, which I happen to really like. It's like that dark bluish, almost black color, but it looks really nice when the sun hits it. From the exterior, there's a few issues, but nothing major. You've got two 90 to 91 hubcaps on this side, and then on this side you have the proper hubcaps. So I'm going to need to get some new hubcaps or possibly some alloys from one of these Accord coupes, which I think would look great on it. There's also some rock chips here on the hood, but of course, in classic Honda style, glass headlights that are not faded whatsoever. Gotta love it. Let's go ahead and take a look at the inside. Of course, this being a blue on the outside, it has the gray interior. And it has, and you're gonna do a double take here, 273,885 miles. Yeah, and I know a lot of you are gonna be like, why did you spend money on this? It's just gonna die. It's not going to die. If you had heard the way this thing runs and drives, and the transmission is perfect. It's a 5-speed, thank God. So hard to find these in a 5-speed anymore. So let's go ahead. Classic dinger there. Do a little startup, even though you've already really seen the startup. Now you will notice there's a bit of a whine in the engine. Whoever replaced the timing belt has it tensioned too tight, so that's something that's very easy to fix. I'm going to take care of that sometime very soon. It's not really doing any damage to the engine. The only real thing is it might be stretching the belt out a little prematurely, so I want to get it fixed as soon as possible. So let's go ahead and close the door here. Of course, you have an auto down driver's window here, mirror controls, window locks right here. Lock tabs are right here, and unlike the sedan, there are no tabs on the door. You just have the little lock thing right up here in the handle. Change holder. Love this little change holder, felt lined. Cruise control buttons over here. Lights are right here. The steering wheel is worn pretty well. It's got a few little marks up here, but for overall it feels very good. And you know, the first thing I noticed going from a newer car to an older car like this, the steering wheel rim is a lot thinner, so that's something you might have to get used to. And of course you get your wonderful digital clock up there in the dash. It's got an aftermarket radio in it, which I could really care less about. It's not mounted properly. I'm going to have to fix that. No big deal. Standard climate controls. You have all your different zones. Each one lights up with a little green light, except for the defrost, which is orange. Recirc. Of course, the air conditioning button down here. You have your power outlet, of course, which I have my FM transmitter hooked into right now. Ashtray, this being a 90s car. And your cup holders, which are pretty much useless for anything but a 12-ounce can. Of course, 5-speed manual. And, you know, going from driving a 2014 and 2012 Focus and 2012 Fiesta and my 05 Civic, it's nice to be back in a Honda gearbox. I'm not saying that Ford gearboxes are bad, but there's just something so nice and mechanical about these gearboxes. They're so smooth and effortless, and I really like them. I am going to get a new shift knob at some point because this one's all worn down and the chrome ring is gone. Gonna get a new armrest at some point because some redneck's nasty fat arm has rubbed all the fabric off of this. And of course these are adjustable based on height. Wow, I can't believe I just did that. You can press the button in here and adjust the height based on, I did it again, based on where your arm sits best on this thing. And of course, you got your little console down here with a few little cubbies. I'm going to take this whole thing out, take the seats out, shampoo everything, and just start fresh, if you will. Now, another interesting thing I found out about this car is that I didn't realize that the handle to slide forward the passenger seat was on this side, which is kind of cool because if you're the driver, you can just pull up as someone's getting in the car and say, all right, go ahead and get in. And it actually, this is interesting because not all these seats do this. If you push it back, woo! It's not quite what I wanted to do. If you push it back, there we go. It's kind of funky, you gotta get it the right way. If you push it back, it goes back to the position that it was previously in. So, I just thought that was kind of a cool feature. Now, let's go ahead. Let me get out of here. Of course, my car and driver save the manual sticker. Gotta have one of those. Pull this open. Flip the lever on the other side here. Seat flips forward. And back here, you actually really have just as much legroom as you would have in the sedan, really. Remember, these were technically compacts during the time that they were being made. They weren't technically mid-size sedans. So these have, you know, a good amount of legroom, good amount of thigh support. You have little cubbies back here, although no cup holders. I guess you could kind of use that as a cup holder if you wanted to. And of course, seat belts back here, and you have these cool little louver windows that open. And that helps keep the airflow going, which is actually pretty nice. You notice the difference. And of course, in classic Honda style, nice vinyl headliner, which somebody has still managed to rip somehow. Whatever. And back here, of course this fabric is faded, but hey, what do you expect 22 years in the sun, you know? Something to note, LX coupes, and I think coupes period, do not have an armrest. That was a sedan thing. So anyway, let's get ourselves out of this prison back here. Come on. There we go. Can you tell I'm not used to dealing with these kinds of seats? Of course, the thing I love about these, and you guys all know this, these interior materials are just fantastic. The entire door, except for that very bottom plastic part, is all covered in this nice, soft, padded plastic. And it's just low cowl. Everything's designed properly, everything's where you think it should be, and it's just a joy because you don't have to worry about where the controls are. You just drive. So, that being said, let's take a look at the all-important part. .2-liter inline 4-cylinder. And of course, this being an LX is the F22A1, and this makes 125 horsepower. And some things I've already done is I've already replaced these plug wires. I'm changing the oil and the manual transmission fluid very soon. So everything else under here is in good working order. I need to get a battery tie down because someone thought that a battery tie down wasn't necessary. It's got a few rough edges, but it's nothing that I can't fix myself. So I hope you guys are just as excited about this new car as I am. Thanks for watching, and look for a drive video coming up soon. Thanks guys, see you later.